No, I'm joking.
Would you like some water?
Yeah, sure, please.
You guys, the defense?
Yeah.
Don't walk. Why is there a little X in the ground? Thanks, man. Great. Fucking piss warm. Huh? Yeah. Go slow. Get out of here.
Piss warm. It's disgusting.
No way you did it. No. That is the biggest L of 2018. Oh! My God. That's rough. He's dying at sea. End of Egypt. Do it. I'm
not a nice
haircut.
Okay, well, Ethan's calling up his first.
Order in the court! The Honorable Mr. Justice Jensen presiding. All rise!
Thank you. You may be seated. All right. Is everyone present? Counsels, witnesses here? Witnesses are here. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm glad that everyone is here and present for this important court case. I just want to make a few things clear on the outset so everyone understands what we're dealing with here. So this is a serious case of murder, and we need to keep that in mind as we go through the proceedings. Counsel, you know you have a job to do. Jury, you have a job to do as well. Gallery, you are here as representatives of the people. Your job is to take this as seriously as the people involved writing in a court case. There's a lot of important information that's going to be passed back and forth between people today. I need you to make sure that your noise level is kept to a minimum, or I'm going to have to ask you to leave the courtroom. Jury, thank you so much for serving today. It is a privilege to be part of the system. It is, I feel honored to have you in my courtroom to be able to be part of this court trial. And you have a very important job ahead of you today. You will act as the judges today, not I. You will listen to the facts presented from both sides. You will have to weigh the evidence and determine if indeed the defendant is guilty. And I must remind you, this is a court of law where the defendant is innocent and still proven guilty. It is the job of Crown to prove it within a shadow of a doubt that this defendant is indeed 100% guilty of the crime put against them. So, as it is your fundamental goals, you are required to be very careful balancers of the weighing the facts. Listen to the fact that there will be objections. That material must be struck from your mind. Listen only to the facts presented and kept as facts, as testimony in court. You may be presented also with physical evidence as well to help you in your end decision on whether or not the defendant is guilty. Make sure that you are taking notes. Make sure that you're very well aware of all the facts when presiding over this case as judges, and that you're prepared to come together as a group to come up with a unanimous decision for or against the charge. So thank you again for being in my court. All right, let's start with opening remarks. Can I have Crown step forward, please?
On Sunday, July 14, 2013, at 9 p.m. at
Oh, sorry, Crown. So before you start, could you please introduce yourself and your counsel? Introduce yourself and your counsel.
My wife here and Eric. What's your last name? On Sunday, July 14, 2013, around 9 p.m. at 509 Industrial Street in Toronto, a body was found underneath the fourth floor balcony. This body was identified as David Bennett. The evidence will show that the defendant, Wally Brogue, used excessive force while holding a heavy radio to push David over a balcony railing. Now why? Why would Wally want to kill David? Because David was infuriated that his brother Tom Brogue was in jail because he was holding on to David's drugs. Yes, David did dabble in drugs, but does this make him a bad person? Not at all. Now let's talk about the day before, July 13th. Wally had visited his brother in jail. Proof will show that Wally was very upset when he visited his brother in jail. Wally was angry that Tom was in jail because, quote, David doesn't deserve to be alive and that justice should be served because he was holding on to it. Now, David died. Wally and his girlfriend, Bonnie Bragger, spoke about David over dinner. Wally, with his short temper, got upset and left dinner with his girlfriend. Bonnie and with Wally drove to the apartment building where David lived. Wally then busted through the apartment building door, shoving over David's girlfriend, Sandra. Well, this shows that the defendant is very aggressive. Then, when entering, he started yelling at the defendant, or the victim, David, saying that you are a creep and that you should deserve to die. Then, the defendant, Wally, then took a radio that was placed in the apartment and threatened to drop it over the balcony railing. Then David, clearly upset, approached Wally, and then they got into witnesses say they got into scrap, and then all of a sudden, David pushed over. The police then showed up, and when they arrived, a crowd was formed around the body. The police interviewed the people at the scene. Officer Paul Lowe, one of the main officers at this scene, went to investigate the apartment. When she arrived, she found Wally frantically on the balcony. Officer Lowe had approached Wally, and then Wally just started yelling, "It was an accident, it was an accident." Officer Paul Lowe will say that Wally was nervous and agitated. Police then took the defendant to the police station for questioning and a breathalyzer test. Test results show that Wally's alcohol level was 0.06. This test was performed approximately 35 minutes after the murder. So, you will be hearing a lot of testimony today from witnesses over the next few days. I want you to try and focus on 3 key tools as you try and piece this evidence together. First, I want you to get your facts and evidence from the witnesses. Right here, you can get your law from the judge. He's going to tell you what it is and how to apply it. And finally, what you all came in here with today, your common sense. Don't forget about it. Use it when you're back there, when you are going over this case and going over the evidence. And at the end, you'll be able to say the defendant, Wally Brogue, is guilty of first-degree murder.
Counsel, defense. please state your name and those of your fellow attorneys.
My name is Alex Henderson. This is Stone Taylor and Cripple Newhall. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, today we will be discussing the case of Wally Road. Mr. Road is in charge of first-degree murder against David Benning. On the night in question, July 14th, 2013, Mr. Road got Mr. Benning's apartment to leave for his brother Tom, who was incarcerated on behalf of Mr. Benning, for trafficking. Wally Road has allegedly pushed Mr. Benning off a 4-story balcony and injured otherwise. On the night of the accident, Wally had a hard bottle of wine with his fiancée, Bonnie. However, neither were intoxicated during this time. Wally had been talking about Tom's plight, and he said he should go speak to Mr. Benning. After a couple of minutes, he decided to go, and Bonnie decided to ride at the back. When the couple arrived at Mr. Benning's apartment, Wally decided to go out with Bonnie and stay down in the car. Wally had knocked on the apartment door when Mr. Benning's girlfriend opened the door. Wally, in his haste to talk to MR, Benning had rushed in and bumped Sandra out the way. Immediately, Wally noticed the smell of marijuana and that Mr. Benning had appeared in his hands. The music in the apartment was so loud, and Wally had to yell at Mr. Benning. However, after Mr. Benning said that your brother could drug and get lost, Wally had decided to turn the radio off in a hurried state and bump the table, resulting in falling out just outside the door. As Wally bent to pick it up, Mr. Benning charged Wally, and Wally stepped out of the balcony to avoid Mr. Benning. He dropped the radio where it broke, and Mr. Benning fell off the rail. Wally and David are approximately the same height and weight, around 6 foot and 185 pounds. The railing was only 3.5 feet high, and Bonnie, who was waiting in the car, could see David's apartment and missed the small scuffles, but a car alarm went off, which startled her. She missed the seconds the event was called. Yet, after speaking with the school where Wally worked as a counselor and teacher, many people, including the principals, students, teachers, and parents, all said that Wally was an exemplary co-worker and a friend to many teachers. After David had fallen, Wally was the only one who wore his face and even waited for them to arrive. Now, members of the jury, do you really think those are the actions of guilty men? I do not. Wally never meant to cause any harm, but because of Mr. Benning, stoned and drunk in a state, his movements broke and uncoordinated, ultimately resulting in death.
Thank you very much. Well, it's your turn first. Please present your first witness.
Officer Paul Lowe.
Thank you, officer. Just going to be swear in first over here. On the Bible, please. Left hand on the Bible. Right hand raised up.
Yep.
Here. Make sure you're speaking to the microphone, please.
Please say your name.
Paul Lowe,
And how long have you been on the police force?
for 8.5 years.
And what are your duties as a police officer?
During that time, I've been a crime prevention officer, school liaison officer, and I've been asked by the Solicitor General to interpret the results of breathalyzer 8000C.
And where were you on the night of question?
I was with my partner, Officer Sandu,
And when did you receive this call?
9:07 p.m.
And you x-rayed there?
Yeah, we attended the scene right away.
And what did you see when you attended the scene?
There was a crowd gathered around a dead body that was later identified as David Benning.
Did you hear anyone saying anything?
Yep, Sandra Volsky, David Benning's girlfriend, was yelling, "He killed David, he killed David."
And did you ever interview Lindsay?
Yes, I did, and she said that David was pushed off the balcony and a salient might still be in the building.
Did you head up to the building?
Yep, my partner, Officer Sandu, stayed with the body and I went up to go investigate.
And what did you see?
The door was open, there was a strong scent of marijuana, there were beer cans on the floor, and finally there was a broken cassette tape player that was smashed on the floor.
And did you see anybody in the room?
Yep, Brogue was on the balcony, he was yelling, "It was an accident, it was an accident."
And did you question him?
I tried to, but he wanted a lawyer present.
And did you ever take him into the station?
Yeah, I took him into the station. It was about a 10-minute drive away. I did a breathalyzer test on him at 9:35 p.m. and his alcohol consumption was 0.06.
And did the police investigation show anything on any dogs in the room?
We did a fingerprint test on the cassette tape player, and there was Volsky's, Bennings, and Brogues as well.
Oh, that was a cross-examination. Yes?
No questions on it.
Questions? Step down. Crown, please call your second witness.
Here, Thomas.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Peter Thomas.
How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
Where do you reside?
The local detention facility.
Where were you on the 13th of July?
The 13th of July, I was in the visiting room.
Where was the
Assistant.
Was there anyone else in the room?
Tom Ball and his brother.
How was he?
He seemed very angry.
Did you overhear anything from the conversation?
Yes, I heard Wally say something about David Benning being this creep and how he didn't deserve it.
They know about that. Oh, awesome.
Yes.
What they saying to you?
Yes, he said he was very worried about his brother.
What was he worried about your brother for?
What might happen.
How did you hear about David dying?
I read it in the newspaper.
Do you have a criminal record?
Yes, sir.
Where are you charged? What charges?
Breaking and entering and possession of stolen property.
How many times have you been arrested?
3 times.
What's your current sentence?
2 years.
What's the charge?
Breaking and entering and possession of stolen property.
Why did you come forward at first?
It was none of my business.
Is that all you know?
Yes.
Anything else?
I know nothing else, ma'am.
Any questions?
Yes.
You're in the visiting room on the 13th of July.
Yes, sir.
You overheard Tom and what was talking. Is it also true that Wally said that he just interested in justice being done?
That I did not hear, sir. The defense? Just examine. Examine now. Do you have any further witnesses? Brown? No further witnesses? Not today. What do you mean not today? Do you have further witnesses that are going to come forward in the case? Is that a yes or a no? Yes. Okay, and is this person present? Are they stepping forward now then? It's your turn. This is your opportunity to present your witnesses.
Yes.
So they're going to supposed to stand now and testify? Okay, bring them forward, please. One second. remind jury members, there should be no outside contact, no cell phone use at all during trial. This is a serious matter which we focus on trial. No publication of what happens here. This is a sealed court. Any outside contact does tamper with the case. Thank you. Any further incidents, I'll have to remove the jury member from this trial. We understand each other. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead. Thank you. Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Please state your name.
Andrew Wolski.
And how old are you?
I'm 18.
Did you ever drop out of high school?
Yeah, I dropped out in grade 10.
And you were dating Ethan Benning?
Yeah.
For how long?
For about 2 years.
Did you ever live with him?
Yeah, we moved in together last January.
What were you doing on the night of husband?
Me and David were at his apartment, well, our apartment, and we were smoking marijuana and David had some beer.
Was there a radio playing?
Yeah, there was a cassette tape player.
Were you feeling the effects?
Yeah.
And what happened around 9 p.m.?
There was a knock at the door, and when I opened it, it was Wally, but before I could say anything, he pushed me out of the way and ran to David.
He pushed you out of the way?
Yeah.
Did he say anything to David?
Yeah, he was yelling, "You freak, you should pay for what you did to my brother."
And did anything happen after that?
Yeah, David said you stole your brother's drug me, and he asked Wally to leave, but
And did you see Wally push David over the railing?
yeah, Wally grabbed the cassette tape player and took it out to the balcony. And when David tried to stop him, Wally pushed him over the railing.
Did you say anything after that?
Yeah, you killed David, you killed him.
And what happened after?
I ran down to where David was lying, so better from the ground.
Person cross-examined there? That's.
So, it's very fun. Oh,
No, David, Wally pushed him over the railing.
Why didn't you call the police?
Because I wanted to see if he was okay, I went down right away.
You don't think they called the police after a 4-story fall was once that?
Well, like 2 minutes after I got down there, the story there.
Right, and that's because it's broke, they called the police. And how many beers would you say that Mr. Ben had? Both smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
So both of your movements would be sluggish, like coordinated.
I'm slower, but we weren't big. We still had control of ourselves.
How long did you hear each other in the bedroom talking in the room?
No, it was pretty loud, but Wally down.
Well, yes. Complicated, the radio falling on the floor, that picked up, spreading that, but upset, running at him.
We didn't run at him, we just went out to the bathroom where Wally was.
Well, your statement says here that you ran after Wally, fought for Wally, and you got to the radio.
Well, he didn't like sprint, but he definitely went out before.
But on to the balcony, resulting in the fall. Right. You pushed him over the railing while holding the radio?
No, the radio was dropped.
That's here in your statement that Wally made a gesture, but then you just wanted to throw it over the railing. Then David ran after it. Then I saw Wally push David over the railing, and the radio fell before the balcony. That suggests that he had the radio while he pushed over the railing.
You do us to re-examine? No. Thank you. Step down. Do you have any further witnesses? Yes?
Kozlovic.
Sorry, wait, yeah.
George Kozlovic, K-O-Z-L-O-V-I-C. George Kozlovic,
How old are you?
22.
And on the night of July 14th, what were you doing?
I was in my apartment watching television.
Okay, and during that night, did anything over the usual happen?
Yeah, I was watching TV, and then all of a sudden I heard some loud yelling coming from the apartment next door.
Could you do that? Like, could you identify that loud yelling?
Well, I couldn't identify who was doing the yelling, but I did overhear somebody say something to the effect that, David, you're going to have to pay for that.
Okay, so someone did say that.
I did hear that.
David.
Something about paying for something. Didn't hear the exact words, but.
And then did anything else happen after that?
Yeah, and then I heard some like rustling, some movement, like some loud movement in the room, and then all of a sudden I heard a loud thud. And then I heard my neighbor's girlfriend, Sandra, screaming. She was yelling that somebody had killed David.
Okay, so then did you do anything after you heard this?
Yeah, I ran out onto the balcony and looked to the balcony over, and I saw Sandra standing over the balcony, and looking down, and David was down on the ground below.
You saw Sandra?
Yeah, Sandra was there.
Okay. And then, so, did you do anything after that?
After that, I saw David down on the ground below, so I ran downstairs to see if he was okay.
And did you call 911?
I did not call 911. Somebody else called 911, and then the police arrived like 10 minutes later.
Cross-exam.
So you live inside Mr. Rhodes in the apartment next to it?
Beside Mr. Rowe?
Or sorry, beside.
Yes, I live beside David and Sandra.
You said that you heard the thud and you went on the balcony.
Yes.
And you saw Sandra.
Trying to remember if I saw Sandra or if well, there was two people there. I saw a man and I saw Sandra.
And what did you say to that man that you saw was shaken up?
Yeah, he looked like he was pale, like he looked like it kind of looked like he saw a ghost, basically. Yeah.
And leading up to the moments, did you hear the music? You hear or smell the marijuana from your apartment next door?
I did not smell marijuana. I had my TV on, so I didn't hear music per se. The only thing I heard is when they started yelling.
Did you see Mr. Grove making the 911 call?
No, I did not.
Let's re-examine. Certainly, step down. Do you have any further witnesses? Thank you. Defense, you're allowed to bring your first witness forward, please.
Let's call Mrs. Frankenstein.
Have a seat. Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Emily White.
What was your occupation?
I'm a principal at DWP Mock Secondary School.
And you were the one who hired Mr. Grove, yes?
Yes.
What would you say his characteristics really?
Very friendly, good with the kids. Everybody always gave great reviews about him.
The counselor, the teacher, yeah.
Yes.
Helping the students?
Yes.
And I think that the state of depression or illness mentally in your school has decreased since this group. And would you feel comfortable leaving your children to this group?
Yeah. I've requested.
Cross-examine. Grant, wish to cross-examine. Nothing? You're done? Please step down. Vince, your next witness, please.
Tom Brogue.
Tom Brogue.
How old are you?
19.
And where do you live right now?
With my parents.
Do you have an occupation?
No.
And why is that?
That's prison for the years.
You're on parole as of right now, correct?
Yes.
The time of death you were incarcerated for trafficking drugs on David Bennett, correct?
Yes.
They weren't yours.
No, they wouldn't.
They found them on you and you were charged for trafficking drugs. After the murder, you served 7 more months before you got parole, correct?
Yes.
And your brother visited you on July 13th. He was upset and angry that you had been caught up in this thing, you being convicted for something you hadn't been doing.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but he stated, Wally, that a creep like that doesn't deserve to be alive. You said, don't do anything stupid. You replied with, look, I'm just interested in justice being done.
Right.
You know your own brother, you know he's a good guy. Never hurt anybody. Right? He's helped many students in school, and everybody likes him at school, parents, teachers. You were scared that Mr. Benning might have got upset and tried to do something to her home. Yeah? And you've spoken about all of this to your inmate. And you told him that Wally hated David for framing you, so that Wally might have done something stupid. But you don't believe he would ever kill you.
No, he won't.
Sorry. Wish to cross-examine.
Did your brother Wally ever been aggressive to anyone before?
No.
Then explain how come you statement said Wally was never really doing anything violent. And you might do something violent.
I don't know.
That was, if he would never hurt anyone, why would he make a threat?
Because he's nice.
Usually because maybe you're just saying that he was there wasn't saying that he was killing.
No, he's just saying that.
I've never seen this up and angry before.
No.
Other questions? Wish to re-examine? Please step down. Yeah, do you have any more witnesses?
Yes. I'd like to call Bonnie Bragger.
Other witnesses? Have a seat. Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Bonnie Greiger,
How old are you?
28.
And you were recently engaged in this girl, correct?
Yes,
And your occupation is real estate agent?
that's correct.
How did you and Molly meet?
We met through mutual friends.
How long have you guys been dating for?
We've been dating for a year. We've recently become engaged.
And the night of David Benning's death, you and Wally had dinner together at his apartment.
Yes.
And you had part of a bottle of wine.
Yes.
How much roughly was that?
I'd say about a glass.
And blood alcohol content was 0.6%.
Yes.
But in Toronto, the legal state is 0.8. Right. And you talked about Tom's state of mind and how he was depressed in prison, how Wally was very concerned about him. You both decided to go to this friend's apartment. Wally had driven, and you would stay by the car while he went on to the apartment. And from that car, you could see into their apartment, yes?
Yes. His balcony was facing the street. He's on the 4th floor.
And Wally admitted that there's not much chance that this succeeded in trying to get Ben to talk to him or take the hit. But he decided he owed it to Tom to try anything, correct?
That's correct.
While you're at the car, you could see that Wally and David were having a bit of a scuffle through there. And during this time, was Wally holding a radio?
No, he was not.
Second leading up to the fall, you were watching, but a car alarm had gone off that startled you there.
Yes.
You looked away, looked back and heard a scream, and you saw David Ben fall to his death.
That's correct.
You were lightheaded, but you were not intoxicated, correct?
That is correct.
And the police didn't test your alcohol content?
No, sir.
And you would say, from what you know and from what your friends would say, oh, it's okay, we're counting the blood in the person?
Absolutely.
It says here that during dinner, Wally had got quite upset.
Yes.
So he was agitated and upset about David, right?
Yes.
Okay. So clearly, he had a bit of a temper, I guess.
Yes.
Now it says here that you saw a scuffle between Wally and David.
That is correct.
Was this on the balcony?
Yes.
Yes, so you saw a kind of like beginning of a fight.
Yeah,
on
I
a
saw a
balcony.
scuffle.
Okay. And then how come you got startled by a car alarm? Have you never heard a car alarm before?
It just suddenly went off.
Well, I mean, like, if you saw a fight and you heard a car alarm, if it were me, I would be watching a fight because I would be more worried about your boyfriend in a fight than a car alarm.
Yes, but I wasn't expecting anything to happen. It just went off spontaneously, and I just walked back in.
You ready for the examine?
So, you said center of the street, correct?
Yes.
So, an alarm going off was quite loud and it was quite near you, yeah?
Yes, I was in the car.
Yeah, so, it would startle you.
Absolutely.
You would tend to look, and I think anybody would. It's just a natural reaction. But you can see the balcony, you can see the glass doors open, and then you can see slightly into the balcony, into their apartment, okay?
Yeah.
So, did you see Mr. Banning charge David or Wally Road?
Yes, do you have any further witnesses?
Yeah, I'd like to call Wally Bro.
Grab a seat, sir. Make sure you speak into the microphone.
Wally Grove,
How old are you?
28.
And your high school teacher, yeah. What have you been charged with?
Murdering David Bennett.
During this, that night they had a encounter, you discussed Tom's fight, and you wanted to help him in any way. You wanted to get him off of the charge of getting parole.
Yeah.
As soon as possible. When Sandra Volsky opened the door to the apartment, you had burst in and flustered the state.
Yeah.
Pushed her out of the way, but no physical harm is done.
No.
And what did you notice as soon as you walked into this apartment?
The music was really loud and the smell of marijuana. And I noticed the sliding door was wide open. The smell of it, I guess.
Did you notice Mr. Benning drinking beers?
Yeah, there was a few on the ground. Yeah.
How many would you gather?
1, 2, 3.
And to get Mr. Benning here, you had to shout over the sound of the music, correct?
Yeah.
And you said that it's your fault my brother's in jail. You've got to tell the truth about the drug thing yours.
Yep.
And what was his response to that?
Your brother's in here. Get lost.
And you went over to turn the radio off so that you could actually talk to him, so that he could hear you without you yelling.
Yeah.
And in your haste to do that, you bumped the cable and the radio would fall.
Yeah, correct.
But it was not broken. You had picked it up and you went to go put it back on the balcony, or on the table, sorry, when Mr. Benning had gotten, I guess, too agitated and had charged you out on the balcony.
Correct.
You stepped back and dropped the radio, and then it had broken there. You wanted Mr. Benning alive, correct?
Correct, yeah.
You would need him alive for you to exonerate Tom Grove from being charged with drug trafficking.
Correct, yeah.
And you called the police.
Yeah, I stayed there until they
You stayed there until they arrived, and you didn't leave the apartment. You were in a state of shock. You were stunned at the fact that somebody just fallen to the death.
Yeah.
Sandra had been smoking marijuana with David, right?
Yeah.
And you would say that Sandra was underneath police, and she should have called the police. But instead she called you a killer.
Yeah.
And ran out to see if you were still alive.
Correct.
Mr. Cross-examine.
So, first here, when you answered the door, you said, I guess I was so upset that I pushed her. What do you mean, I guess? How can I
I'm in front of all these people
Are you
here.
nervous?
No.
They're gonna.
I know what I did.
You know what you did? It says here that you said in your statement, David went right for me, but then he sort of lunged past me, hit the balcony railing, and fell over. Your girlfriend said that she saw scuffling between you two. So, are you lying?
No, I don't know.
But your girlfriend said she saw you guys fighting on the balcony.
We were fighting. Scuffling.
Scuffling.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it said here in your statement, he just lunged at you and fell over.
He lunged at me, yeah. And then he touched bodies and wasn't fighting.
First re-exam.
You're roughly 6 feet tall, correct? Yeah. And balcony is only what, 3.5 feet?
Yeah, I remember.
So if somebody 6 feet tall lunged at you, you stepped out of the way, dropped the radio, and they hit this balcony, which is maybe waist level.
Yeah.
Their body would fold over, and then the top half would be heavy enough to hold the rest of the body down, right?
Yeah.
Is this what happened?
Yeah, that's roughly what happened.
Questions? Brown?
What you're saying is you're calling your girlfriend a liar now. Well, I mean, she said you guys were scuffling, and now you're saying that you didn't even make contact with her.
I'm not calling her a liar.
Well, I mean, she stated that you guys were scuffling, and now.
Objection. Scuffle does not mean a fight. Does not mean that there be any physical contact. Could just be verbally.
Could you please define what you mean by scuffling?
Like pushing each other, grabbing a hold of each other, and like kind of almost like a wrestle. Yeah, a scuffle, like pushing
So are you saying that basically discussing to you is physical violence?
Yes.
Would you please rephrase the question with that in mind? Okay, so do you have any other?
Did you ever make physical contact with the spinner?
Thank you, Mr. Down. Spence, do you have any further witnesses to call? No? All right then, we have heard testimony from all witnesses involved. We've seen the evidence involved. I would now ask for Crown to bring forth the closing remarks. Crown, final remarks. Summation of your case, please.
When you are back there making this decision on whether the defendant is guilty or not, please put in mind that he is guilty of first degree murder. With the evidence that we have shown gives you today, it is clear that he had pushed David over the domination. I just want you to take out this
Spence, no remarks.
Just how we used to encourage it. You beat the background, do anything that you're wrong. And we try to improve their words like helping with that unit. We're like that's fine.
Spence? Sure. I'm now charging you with the most important task, and that is to decide the guilt or innocence of the charged defendant. You must do your best to look at the evidence presented towards you, for you today. You must decide if each witness is reliable and trustworthy. Discuss amongst yourselves when you're in private chambers whether you can look at all of the facts provided and see if they do provide a case for or against. Again, you cannot find this man guilty unless there is absolutely no shadow of a doubt in your minds. And it must be a unanimous decision that you guys together come back with. I ask you now to start your deliberations, take your notes, take your time. There is no rush in deciding the outcome of this court case. We will leave the court to be adjourned until the return of the jury with their decision.
Court stands adjourned for the verdict of the jury. Ordered. All rise.